Hey everybody, what's up? This is KJD, the host of your show, The KJD Show. Tonight we're going to get away from sports for a little bit. I'm going to talk about something else. This is a topic nobody really asked about, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. It's called how to manage your money. Alright, it's hard times right now. We got people losing homes, losing their jobs. Well, what's one thing that people are doing that they have control of that's not exactly the best decision? It's managing your money. You got people spending money on things that they don't need to spend it on. You got people trying to get new cars before they get their income tax refunds. You got people trying to get expensive cars they know they can't pay back, knowing that they're going to lose it at some point. You got people trying to buy a new pair of clothes, new outfit every week, trying to get a new pair of shoes. People just not living within their means. So I'm going to give you a little advice tonight on what you can do to manage your money. One thing I like to do is I like to make a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. What I do with that, I keep track of what I'm spending my money on. Groceries, gas, entertainment, how much money I got coming in from my real job, how much money I got coming in from my sideline jobs that I do. So what that means is I'm keeping track of how much I have available to spend per month, what I'm bringing in, and what's going out. You know, am I paying my bills on my credit card on time? Is my car note paid for when it's supposed to be paid for? I keep track of all that. I keep track of how much goes out. If you do that properly, at the end of the month, you're going to always have some money left over. So that means don't go buy your big screen TV just because you got the urge to do it. Don't go buy an Xbox 360 game when you know you got to put $20 worth of gas in your car in about 10 minutes. I mean, it's all about decision making. You know, don't act on impulse whenever you buy something. You know, like whenever I buy a video game, I always think about it about a good 2 or 3 weeks ahead of time. You know, hey, do I really want this game? Is it worth it? Am I probably going to enjoy this game? Because 9 times out of 10, if you buy that game on impulse, you end up not liking that game. That was why I was glad when Blockbuster in our area was open. I always rented before I bought something. You know, I played Dante's Inferno. It wasn't exactly my favorite game in the world, but I'm glad I rented it because I ended up not liking it. So, you know, if you're going to buy a movie, sometimes rent it or go see it in the theater first before you buy it on DVD or Blu-ray. Matter of fact, get Netflix instead of registering at a video store. You'll probably save yourself a lot more money over time. And ride your bike if you're going somewhere instead of driving if you know good and well it's a close enough distance. When I worked at another job that I worked at, I used to always ride my bike to work because I knew it would save me more money because I'd be saving gas. You know, whenever I'd make my trips to the mall, Baton Rouge with my friends, even when I refereed, that's where my gas was going to instead. And at the end of the day, even though it's about 5 miles a week I would have been using, that all adds up. That probably would have been a tank of gas a year. Gas prices keep going up. Small steps always give you big leaps. At some point, you got to crawl before you walk. You know, if you're always spending your money on stuff that you don't need, you always end up being broke. I mean, I worked with one guy, he needed overtime every week just so his debt could stay where it was at. I mean, I've seen some people that only make $10 an hour with a wife and kids at home, and they do just fine. And I've seen some guys that are single, don't have any kids, making $15 an hour, and they're struggling just because they don't know how to spend their money. They got 4 cell phones that you know they only need one. Going to checking cash places, the payday loan places, having about 3 of them, borrowing from one to pay the other off. I mean, just think about that kind of stuff. You know, another thing you can do to manage your money well, if you know there's a chance for you to do some sideline work to bring in some extra cash, go for it. You know, you might want to splurge later on and you'll have that cushion to handle it. That's kind of why I always take care of those sideline jobs whenever I get a chance to, because I know later on if I got the itch to splurge on something, hey, I can afford it. I'll be uploading this soon on the internet. If you got anything to say, comment on it, ask a question. Later.